Okay, hi everyone. So for today's writing lesson, this is going to be a combination of day 9 and 10. So this will be kind of ongoing work throughout this week for today and Wednesday's writing lesson. And we're going to be talking about the supporting sentences to kind of finish up the paragraphs that we started last week with the topic sentence and the concluding sentence. So we're going to be adding those supporting sentences for each of our subtopic paragraphs. So here's our learning goal. I can identify the three parts of a subtopic paragraph: the topic sentence, the supporting sentences, and the concluding sentence. Also, I can draft my 3 to 4 subtopic paragraphs by including the supporting sentences. So before I start drafting my supporting paragraphs, I wanted to give you guys a look at a model or an example. So this is another paragraph from that essay we were looking at last week about the London Bridge. While I read, I want you to not only pay attention to the topic and concluding sentences, the first and last sentence, but also notice what other information the author includes. So this section is called The Purchase. Ivan Lucken, a London city councillor, came to the United States to try to sell the old bridge. Although it might have seemed like a long shot, Lucken found a buyer. A rich man named Robert McCulloch had just purchased some land near Arizona's Lake Havasu. McCulloch thought that the London Bridge would look perfect on his new land. I needed the bridge, he told the Chicago Tribune newspaper. He purchased the bridge from London for $2,460,000. Ivan Lucken was able to make the deal. So I hope you were able to notice the topic sentence, which we know is at the beginning of the paragraph. And I highlighted it in blue here. I hope you also noticed the concluding sentence, which is used to wrap up the whole paragraph, which I highlighted in pink. Now, all the sentences in the middle grouped together, this group of sentences sandwiched between the topic and concluding sentence is known as the supporting sentences. Much like supporting details in a story, supporting sentences give the reader more information about the topic. You can see here that the author used data and numbers, people's names, and other information she knew about the purchase of the bridge. I hope you noticed that she only included information that was relevant and related to her subtopic, the purchase. She doesn't have other, random information about other things. It's all about the purchase that was made of the London Bridge. So let's talk about what a subtopic paragraph is. It's also called a body paragraph. It includes the topic and concluding sentence, but also supporting sentences that give facts, examples, or quotes related to the subtopic. Another way you can think about the subtopic paragraph is a hamburger. We can think of the topic sentence and the concluding sentence as the bun. That is what holds the burger together. Therefore, the supporting sentences can be represented by all the meat and other toppings and all that good stuff that comes on a hamburger. Most people like a lot of toppings on their burger, so this is where we want to include a lot of information to make our writing more enjoyable. Let's look at some examples from my writing piece. Look closely at the way I have organized my information because you're going to be doing this work today and Wednesday. Okay, so in this first example, I'm going to look at my paragraph on the characteristics of the red-eyed tree frog. As you may remember, my topic sentence for this paragraph is, a red-eyed tree frog has a very distinctive appearance. Now, I've included many facts that support the characteristics of the red-eyed tree frog. I used the notes that I collected from books, articles, and pictures to help me with this section. So now I'm going to read you the supporting sentences that I added in. A full-grown red-eyed tree frog is only 2 to 3 inches long, but it really stands out because it is a very colorful amphibian. has bright green skin with yellow and blue stripes. Its toes are bright orange or red, but its most striking feature is its bright red eyes. And finally, I ended my paragraph with the concluding sentence right here that I had brainstormed last week. All of these things make it easy to recognize the red-eyed tree frog in the rainforest. The most important thing to remember here is that the supporting sentences must support your subtopic. That is why we spent so much time organizing our notes. I had an easy time because I went back to my notes, looked at the yellow highlighted facts, and picked out a few that I thought were most important. Let's look at another example. In this slide, you'll see that I put all of the sentences together into a paragraph to really show you what it will look like. While I read this paragraph, please pay attention to the supporting sentences. Do they match up with the subtopic that I'm teaching in this paragraph? Think about that. So this was my habitat subtopic. Red-eyed tree frogs live mostly in rainforests located in Central and South America. The rainforest is usually wet, and the red-eyed tree frog must keep their skin wet to stay alive. The red-eyed tree frog needs trees to survive. They lay their eggs on the leaves of trees that hang over ponds, and when they are adults, they live most of their lives on the top of trees. Red-eyed tree frogs even stick their bodies to the underside of leaves when they sleep. The habitat in the rainforest is the perfect home for the red-eyed tree frog. The first thing I did to help me was open my research notes. Since this paragraph was all about the habitat, I looked through my notes and I focused on notes that were highlighted in green because those represented all about the habitat. After that, I put the sentences into my paragraph right after my subtopic, my topic sentence. And I made sure to end my paragraph with my conclusion sentence. All right, so now it is your turn. So the first thing you're going to do is open your research notes and your writing notebook. Your job is to draft your supporting sentences for each of your subtopic paragraphs. Remember, you already have a topic and concluding sentence for each. So just be sure that you're putting your supporting sentences in between those two sentences you've already come up with. And for today, I would recommend you draft maybe like 2 of your paragraphs so you can get some feedback from me. On Wednesday, you can edit the first 2 paragraphs, and if you need to, finish drafting your final 1 or 2 paragraphs. Please make sure to turn in your notebook when you're done, and I'll give you some feedback. And remember to take your time. View the checklist that I attached to it, and ask for help if you need it. So I really hope you guys are enjoying this assignment. Have fun with it. I hope you're all becoming experts on your topic, and reach out if you need anything. Good luck.